Hi guys, my name is Annabelle from Horizon Cosplay and this is my husband Ben, and today we're going to be doing a 2020 cosplay year in review, looking back at all the things we got done this year. Alright, so let's start with January of 2020. So the first thing we did in January was I did a lovely post on Instagram about doing a cosplay no-buy year.
I don't remember the cosplay no-buy year.
You should do, because we had a whole discussion about it.
I think we've blown that one out of the water.
Yeah, we did. So we totally blew that one out of the water. I think because one, pandemic, two, I actually got through a whole, making so many costumes this year. It was really quite good. Three, we moved countries, and before we moved countries, I had a massive fabric shop at my favorite fabric shop. And so basically that wasn't successful, but at the same time, pretty much everything I brought was for specific projects. So at least I didn't really add to the stash.
The buttons are definitely not part of a stash. They're part of long-term projects. You did get a massive box of zips. And then obviously we had the most recent cosplay haul.
Okay, so the other thing we did in January is I did a lovely Instagram post about cosplays that I was going to make in 2020. Now, out of all the cosplays I planned, there was only two we didn't finish. First was Bombshell Batwoman, which didn't even get started, though I do have all the fabric and supplies to make her. And the second was my Hannah Alexander Poison Ivy, which was nearing completion when we moved countries, and unfortunately it just wouldn't fit in the suitcase, and so I had to pack it into the thing, and we only actually received it last month, so I haven't quite finished her yet. I think we must have made at least 6 costumes this year, if not more.
What have we got? We've got
Bombshell Mirror.
Yeah.
We did Juliet, or I did Juliet.
Yeah.
We did the Fairy Queen.
Yeah.
We did do Anna Frozen Fever dress.
Yeah.
I did Tinkerbell's Christmas dress over the holidays.
So that's 5.
Does the Barney night dress count?
I mean, I wouldn't call it cosplay, but it's definitely a dress you need.
Barney night
so
dress.
That's 6.
Thumbelina. 7. Was there another one? So we've made 7 costumes this year, plus a whole bunch of other random projects. I did start the Mirror cosplay in January, and oh my gosh, that Yaya Han bodysuit pattern, just absolute nightmare to work with. Hated it. I also started the Hannah Alexander Poison Ivy in January, which means that technically this costume has been going on for over a year.
You had a lot of trouble with the Poison Ivy because you couldn't fit it to your mannequin to work on it.
So, February.
The simplest of the months, actually. I think we didn't do very much that month.
No,
it was
so I did
quite
finish,
simple.
No, I did finish Mirror's skirt, but otherwise I think I was just so busy with work and doing coursework and as well as actually working that we just didn't get a lot done, did we?
Both March and February were kind of quite slow.
Yeah. So March, I started my Juliet costume, and I wanted to make sure I did all the patterning for that costume myself.
Because she loves making her life difficult, by the way, guys. I told her there were patterns for it. She went, no, I want to do it myself.
But you know what? I learned a lot, and I don't regret it. I did order...
I do, because she bitched at me for about 3 weeks straight. Ben, it doesn't fit right. Ben, it doesn't work under the arm. Ben.
Shut up. I did order some nice brocade from AliExpress, and
I was
then
surprised with the quality of those.
I was quite pleased, and actually I was even more pleased with the gold lace we got from AliExpress. It was so nice.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
The funniest thing is it arrived, I used it in my Juliet costume, and a week or two later, I can't remember who it was now, but I saw someone making a Belle costume with the exact same lace that I was using for Juliet. The other thing that it was made out of was some nice curtains that I got from a charity shop, which was...
That was a good find.
Yeah, that was a very good find, very good fun. But yeah, so that's why it took so long, and that got finished in April. We're on to April. So we got Juliet done completely, the skirt and the top, and that was pretty good achievement. There's a few things I would definitely do differently now, but at the time I was so happy with it, and I am a little bit sad that I've never had the chance to wear it to a convention. Probably the only thing. When conventions start again, I have so many options, it's so good. And then the other thing that happened in April is I actually got Mira's bodysuit done. So with Mira's bodysuit, I got so angry with it.
That was a frustrating few weeks.
Literally threw it into the bottom of my cupboard and just went, sod it, and I left it there for a few months. And when I came back to it, I took a deep breath, I knew what I'd done wrong, and I changed everything, and it fit me. And you know what? Is it perfect? No. Do I like it? Yes. And
I don't know why. It was a pain in the ass to get it right on your body type, especially. It was a flippin' nightmare.
I normally don't do this, but I'm going to blame the pattern, because that bodysuit pattern.
She showed it to me and said, "Do you understand this bodysuit pattern?" I looked at her and went, "No."
It wasn't the understanding, but it's even in the smallest size it could do. The boobs were still 3 times too large. The point is, that pattern, I hate it. I'm never using it again. I do not recommend. Just don't do it. It's terrible, and that's why it took me so long.
What I will recommend, the better one to look for are leotard patterns from the 1970s and 1980s, because they're designed to be a one-piece unit and to be made out of stretchier material.
The other thing I have since used is actually old vintage swimming costume patterns.
Yes, that was the other.
Which again worked really well, a lot more successful. Boobs are a reasonable size. On to May. So in May, my boss forced me to take a week off work because, as it happened, I hadn't taken any time off work since I started working there about a year before. And in that week off work, we were in lockdown, so we couldn't go anywhere or go out. And so I had asked my mum for Christmas to get me a lovely Simplicity Disney pattern for the Frozen Fever dresses. And I had been slowly gathering fabric specifically from charity shops to make Anna's Frozen Fever dress. And oh my gosh, it came out so nice. So I actually made the whole thing in a week, which was really, really good, I thought. And it came out lovely. I did embroidery on it. I used this thing called Steam and Stick, which I'd never used before.
That was weird stuff, I'm just saying.
It was weird, but it just worked so goddamn well. It came out really good, and I actually entered that into Kiralee Cosplay's Scrap Epic Challenge. Obviously, did not win, but also I've never had a proper photo shoot with that dress, and I find it a real shame. So one thing that I really want to do next year is actually upgrade my Anna dress. Like, literally just take what it already is, add a bunch more embroidery, make it a little bit more screen accurate, do a whole load of stuff to it. But I don't really want to do that until I've got a proper photo shoot of what it looks like now, so that afterwards I can look back and see the difference. But that was a great week. Like, I don't think you even saw me for most of the week. I just spent it all in my sewing room.
It was winter, so I was doing a lot of my prep. So the reason why I didn't see her is, one, she would wake up, go straight into her room and just request hourly cups of tea.
Which
so
you oblige.
I'd be in the middle of my chopping wood out in the field, and I'd get a phone call going, "Tea, please.
Hey,
I'm busy."
You always did it. You always did it, and I believe on several occasions you brought me biscuits as well, which was relatively nice.
Only once in the morning and once in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, you know, too many biscuits can be a bad thing. So the Anna Frozen Fever dress got done. The other thing I started was my Barbie Fairy Queen dress from Barbie Swan Lake.
I have to admit, when she told me about this, I did chuckle for a good hour or two.
Yeah, that's because you're a child. Respect the Barbie. So in June, the Fairy Queen costume was complete. And I even got, again, from AliExpress, the best tiara. You have to admit, it looked really good.
I'm gonna agree to disagree on that. It looks
You didn't
nice.
like my tiara?
The dress outshined the flippin' metal tiara, which
Yeah,
bent backwards and forwards.
It did not bend backwards and forwards. And then came July. So in July, I started, seriously, my Hannah Alexander Poison Ivy. When I say started, I continued. I had the bodysuit more or less finished, and I was just adding boning, starting to do the sleeves and the skirt and all the rest of it. The other thing we did was a photo shoot with the Fairy Queen and Mira. Photo shoot, which we've yet to have any photos back because our friend, who is still in New Zealand, is also an essential worker and has been very busy. But at some point I hope we will do, and we'll see what the result was, because it was really fun to do. And the other thing that happened in July, can you guess?
My birthday?
I mean, yeah, but otherwise, what are we doing right now? Right this second, Ben, there's a camera right there.
What we're filming?
Yes, 4.
A year in review?
And where's the year in review video going?
Online.
What website in particular?
COSPLAY?
Oh my god, Ben! We started the YouTube channel!
Did we?
Yes! So yes, the other thing we started in July was the Horizon Cosplay YouTube channel. Something which Ben clearly doesn't know. But we were busy in July. Why were we busy in July, Ben?
Yeah, because we had to start prepping for moving back to the UK, which royally sucked. My visa was coming to an end and the Immigration Bureau had been totally shut down, and the borders were now a one-way exodus only.
So we managed to get our cats and get most of our stuff and get back to the UK in one piece, I'd say. And then comes September. So once we were settled in, I think I started making Thumbelina.
The first thing we did in September was clear this side of the house of all the old Airbnb things that my mum was using before we came back. And also, we had to make a space ready that was set up for our office. So we went online quite a bit to IKEA to look at different places, and then we got a bit of luck in the, I'd say, the latter half of September when they were having a clearance sale, because obviously over COVID in England as well, people weren't going out as regularly as they would be, so furniture sales at IKEA dropped, so they're trying to get rid of old storage so the new stuff could come in winter. And we managed to, well, mostly outfit the office with everything we needed.
We got 2 desks, a corner one and a long one to go along the wall. We got some shelving, though some of it we had already, so now we have like an entire wall of shelves for storage, and well, we need to tidy it up a bit really, but it's one of those things. And then the other thing we did once we'd made Thumbelina, that little Thumbelina photo shoot down the farm up the road, which was actually really good fun.
Thankfully, September had a nice warm spell at the last week or two of the month, so we managed to fit a weekend of photo shoots down a lovely road where we are.
And it was nice because it was the first proper photo shoot we'd done where it was just the 2 of us. I think that worked really well.
Yeah, no, I will agree. It was a bit hit and miss with the area that we were in, but the photos came out looking quite nice.
And then we are on to October, when we took part in the COSTube Historical Halloween.
I still say the dress you made was hysterical, but here we are.
Hysterical how?
It just looked funny.
It just looked funny. Thanks, Ben. Thanks.
I mean, yeah, it was historically accurate, but it looked hilarious. You could have just done an old-fashioned Catwoman, but no, you had to go for the, I'll go as a walking paint bot.
Paint palette.
Same thing.
We also reached 500 views on YouTube in October.
Quite the mile marker.
It was quite the mile marker. Especially considering in this last month, we've had about 1,000 views in total.
Excellent.
I know, doesn't it make you feel good about yourself?
I'll be happy once we clear the 100 subscribers mark.
So everyone, our goal for the end of this year was to hit 100 subscribers before New Year. So if you want to help us out with that, remember to hit that subscribe button, because right this second when we're filming it, we're only about 4 people off. So it'd be nice if you could. In November, we did start filming our 12 Days Cosplay Christmas, which was quite good fun. Did you enjoy doing that?
I enjoyed the cooking ones. The other ones obviously didn't take much part in because I was too busy working.
Were you sick of gingerbread by the end of it?
I think the poor delivery guys were sick of the gingerbread.
Every time someone knocked on our door, I shoved, like, we had so much gingerbread. I was shoving gingerbread in the hands of the Amazon delivery drivers. Anyone who came around our house went away with a plate of gingerbread.
And then obviously
we just couldn't eat it all, and I really overdid myself.
It got even worse because the poor guys who then came and delivered all of our equipment and stuff from New Zealand, there was about 7 of these guys taking stuff up and down into our house, and we gave them coffee, and of course there was a pile of gingerbread as big as my head, and we told them to eat as much as they could, and I swear to God,
we still had half it left.
It was,
but yeah,
it was a bit ridiculous.
The other thing we did in November is we started selling our vintage sewing patterns on the Etsy shop, which there is actually going to be another video coming out in January, kind of discussing this a little bit more. But basically, I brought 101 vintage sewing patterns, and they've slowly but surely been going up on our Etsy shop over the last few months, and we've been selling them alongside our 3D prints.
That's something else we did kind of forget to mention, is actually the purchasing of the 3D printer in September.
So the other thing that did happen in September, which we did kind of skip over, was we actually did purchase a 3D printer so that I could set up my Etsy shop and start selling 3D prints and whatnot, and basically try being self-employed. I did do a video about this called Starting a Cosplay Business, which I will link to up here somewhere, but basically I just decided I was going to try being self-employed, and so far it isn't going bad. We're not flying, but it's steady.
It's paid better than any of the part-time jobs you've managed to get a hold of.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're definitely doing quite well. I wouldn't say I can make a living off it right this second, but with my lovely husband supporting me, we are doing relatively good business, which is nice, especially over Christmas.
Christmas was good for the 3D prints.
It was.
So yeah, that brings us up to December.
Yeah, so December, we continued filming the 12 Days Cosplay Christmas. I had initially planned that it would be finished by about the first week of December, and all I can say is this did not happen, like, at all.
We got delayed by unboxing all of our things and sorting out our stuff after the movers came,
We just ended up in such a mess that my filming couldn't happen until we got it all sorted out, and unfortunately this did mean that my last episode of 12 Days of Cosplay Christmas literally was being edited the night before it went live. But you know, I think it came out relatively well.
Well, I mean, I liked most of them, you know.
Did you watch most of them?
Yeah, and I did.
Okay, that's good.
Watched them while I was doing stuff on my computer, so...
Oh, it's nice to know that your partner watches your YouTube videos, isn't it?
Wow, considering that I used to watch half of them getting made, I don't think I need to watch them again, but...
But yeah, and then, oh, Ben, what's the other exciting thing we did in December? We brought an entire van of cosplay supplies. So there is a giant series of unboxing videos, because we couldn't do them all in one video. That, again, will be going up in January, so subscribe to stay tuned. But as a bit of a business investment, this lady who's been doing theatre costume making for about 50 odd years was retiring, and I brought all of her stuff, and that was interesting.
It came to a crap load of things. Like, we got over 100 costumes, over like 250 bloody
costume patterns,
and then
nearly 50 bolts of fabric,
and then
a
on
whole
top
load
of
of
all
accessories,
of that,
a whole drag queen outfit, which I really do need to put up for sale because it's exquisite, but would not fit either of us because whichever man used to wear it was a lot larger.
Yeah, not to mention the boxes, and I mean boxes of zips, buttons, appliques, velcro, lace, you name it, it was probably in there. That coupled with extra bobbins, extra thread, extra everything. You know,
There was a lot
of stuff.
I also made my Barney Night Before Christmas night dress, which
that only took you 2 days, and because that was because you managed to get hold.
Technically, it only took me 1 day.
Yeah, but that was because you managed to get hold of a vintage pattern out of the ones we had recently procured.
It was one your nan gave me, actually.
Was it?
It was, and I really, really loved it, and I was so pleased that it fit me. And I love that, and like, I've been living in it, haven't I? Like.
Well, when it's cool enough, yeah, because otherwise you get too hot.
True, and obviously the O Christmas Tree Tinkerbell cosplay got made in December. The wings were a bit of a fail, not gonna lie.
A bit.
But
could not hold their own weight.
No, they could not hold their own weight, but we've learned a few lessons, and we have a better idea of what to do next time, so at some point in the future we are gonna try and remake them. That sums up 2020 for us, I think.
Could have been worse.
It definitely could have been worse. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that, like, we had several conventions that we were going to go to this year and none of it happened. We also didn't plan to be moving countries this year, and that did happen. But overall, I've actually had quite a lot of fun. We've made a lot of costumes.
It's been good fun.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think it's been a good year.
Eventful is what I will call it. Pleasurable, 50-50 on that one. There was good times, there was bad times. You know, I don't think anyone can say without a slither of a doubt that this year was a good year. There's very few people who can say that.
And hey, we've started a business, so let's hope Horizon Cosplay carries on. Let's hope our Etsy shop keeps getting sales and doing well, and let's see about expanding next year.
I agree. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and smash that subscribe button, and hopefully you'll see us again in January. If you do like the video, please stick around. There'll be links to the other videos that we mentioned in the description box below, or in description boxes in the video as you watch it. And if you like anything else, don't forget there are all of our videos in the playlist below.
Yes, I hope you guys have had a wonderful year and you've enjoyed watching this channel. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined us throughout the year. Even if we do miss that 100 subscriber mark by New Year's, that's still 96 people who have hit that subscribe button, which, considering I'm not 100% sure how good our videos are, probably a good thing.
Means someone likes us.
Someone's out there.
Just a little bit.
Until next time, guys. Bye.